Good morning to all our eager and enthusiastic viewers. It's great to be hosting today's episode of Alumni Speaks. February 20 has been declared by the United Nations as the World Day of Social Justice. And on this occasion, we have with us another shining alumni of ours, Mr. Anubhav Singh, who, as a judicial magistrate, is a representative of the prestigious Indian judiciary services. We extend a very warm welcome to you, sir, and are extremely glad to have the opportunity of interacting with you today. So, sir, I'm sure our viewers would love to know about the relevance of the day and with what vision it has been designated to us as the World Day of Social Justice. As an expert in this field, can you enlighten us about this day?
Actually, on 26th November 2007, UN have declared to celebrate this day, that is 20th February, as World Day of Social Justice. And it recognizes and promotes social justice, which include effort to tackle issues such as poverty and unemployment, gender inequality, human rights, etc.
Okay, sir. So, before we start with the interview question, I would like to ask, how are you today?
I'm good and fine and happy to see you.
Oh, thank you, sir. So, I hope that your Saturdays are not working. Are they working, sir?
No, it's today it's working because we get leave on 2nd and 4th of Saturday.
Okay, so you usually work 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. And to all our viewers, before we proceed with the interview question, I would like to inform that they can ask their question in the live chat section and their question will be selected and asked in the middle or towards the end of the interview. So, sir, let us start with the interview questions now.
Yeah, sure.
Since you belong to the law field, what during your school days or any time, what inspired you to take up law? Do you belong to a family of lawyers?
No, actually, I don't belong to a family of lawyers. My grandfather was a high court judge. My father was also a district judge. And it's my third generation in this judiciary. And the mainly thing is that my grandfather has inspired me to become a judge.
Yes, sir, very inspiring story. And so you're the pass out of very first batch of DPS Indirapuram. Can you share with us some memories about your school days? Any such incidents that you still remember vividly?
There are so many actually because I studied in DPS Indirapuram from, I came there in class 9th and in the mid of the class 9th. And at that time, Mrs. Meeta Rai was our principal. And I don't know that you have interacted with her or not. She was very strict. And when I came in the mid of the class 9th, then she said that we will not give you admission in the class 9th. You should repeat class 8th. Otherwise, because our form has been gone. So my father has insisted him, and due to some pressure, then she took my admission. But with very that condition that if you will fail, I will fail you. It was her direct quote in a court letter that if you will fail, then I will fail you. We will not promote you in class 10th. So that time was very crucial because as I have said that my father is a district judge. So I have traveled whole UP while studying from class 1st to 9th. But she was very dynamic principal and I'm very grateful to her and very grateful to DPS Indirapuram as well.
So, sir, do you belong from UP?
Yeah, I belong from UP.
Oh, so since we are talking about your school days, how were you as a student, sir? Were you only interested in academics or co-curricular activities as well?
No, not only in academics. And I also want to say that DPS always encourages their student to participate in the co-curricular activities. So I was very much active in co-curricular activities, not only in academics.
So, sir, every year, thousands of aspirants dream for qualifying the prestigious Indian Judiciary Services exam, and you were able to do it in your first attempt. That is a very great thing. And so, can you please give some tips, especially to the dipsites who aspire to take up laws, as to how they can prepare themselves for this exam?
Firstly, I want to say that till class 12, you should enjoy that. What is your school life? Don't miss it because this is the very important part of your life because that is the only period 9, 10th and 11, 12 that you remember whole of your life. So after 12th, then you have to decide that what you want to do. If your law fascinates you because At previous time, there are very few people who used to do law, but now there are many people who are going for the law services and Indian judicial services, because you get many options. You get private field as well. You get many lawyers hires you. There are many legal firms which hires you, and at last you have a judicial service as an option. So I just want to say that focus and smart study is the only motive that you have to follow. Writing skills should be good, and very important, if you want to be a part of the lower judiciary, then high court, then supreme court, then you should be have a command on Hindi language, because command on a Hindi language is very necessary, at least especially in lower judiciary, and you should be clear in your mind that what you have to do.
Okay, sir. So I absolutely agree with what you said. Whether it is engineering or any kind of field, you say opportunities and competition both are growing at
Both.
exponentially rates. Yes.
Sure.
So, sir, you hold a distinguished position as a judicial magistrate. So, can you please elaborate on the nature of your work? What you do?
I do criminal work, petty offenses, and as a judicial magistrate, I have a power to punish an offender maximum 7 years. And previously, I dealt with civil cases as well. We used to give bail and release of vehicle once they are confiscated by the police. So these type of work I used to do.
So, sir, do you have any fixed working hours?
Yeah,
Can you tell us about your daily work schedule?
actually, my fixed working hours is 10 to 5.
Oh, 10
It's
to 5.
yeah, it's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And but we have to study the cases before delivering judgments at home also.
Okay, sir. So your Sundays are not working.
No, not at all.
Well, glad to hear that. So hearing petitions, conducting trials, interacting with so many people, listening to arguments, then counter arguments can often get stressful. So how do you manage your stress levels?
Yeah, it's true that we used to have hectic day while doing all these things, but I used to do yoga in the morning and play badminton in the evening, doing other co-curricular activities as well.
Well, sir. So do you have time to pursue your other hobbies after such a hectic schedule? What is your ideal way of relaxing, whether on a
Yeah,
weekend or vacation?
yeah. One thing I should say, that's why I like this job, because after 5 you are totally independent. Do whatever you want to do. There is no pressure. And yes, after 5 p.m. we are independent to whatever we want to do. I used to play cricket, badminton, read novels, and love to watch movies on weekdays.
Okay, sir. So in your working years as a judicial magistrate, you must have come across many challenging situations. So could you tell us about few challenging situations that you encountered, or maybe a particular one that you still remember?
Actually, on a daily basis, we come across with new types of cases and facts. As a JM, I don't deal only with IPC cases, but also with Forest Act cases, Cow Slaughter Act, crime against women. And this job is very challenging job because daily I used to face different types of challenges. And sometime we used to write a judgment, and just before delivering that judgment, we used to find some evidence which even acquit them. So it's a very challenging job.
Okay, sir. So I don't know if you're allowed to talk about this. So any such particular case or a situation that you still remember?
I don't. I will not name that case, but still, I will say that I was just writing it down the whole judgment, and I was in my mind that he will get acquit. But some part of evidence at the final stage by while writing the judgment, I found that evidence, and I convicted him.
Oh. So, sir, talking about your work, what do you consider your greatest achievements so far, and why do you?
To be a judge and serving for the people, and interviewing by you, because it was my dream that DPS Indirapuram, because it was very special part of my life, because from 9 to 12th, as I have said earlier, that it is very, very important part of your life, and which we remember whole of our life. So today interviewing by the DPS Indirapuram is very much appreciating. Thank you so much.
I absolutely agree, sir. And as a person, you are associated with the legal field for quite a number of years. What, according to you, are the strengths and the loopholes of the system?
Uh, Strength is that we are independent. There is no pressure from our seniors or from our boss or from our high court at what you have to do and what you have not to do. And strength is that we can give justice. We are a very part, because just by our signature one can go to jail and one can get free. So it's a strength, and pitfalls are there that there are very pendency of cases is very much. So as we try so much, but still we can't give our 100% because of our infrastructure and other things.
So I'm talking about the loopholes of the system. It is like many people refrain from go to courts or take it as a very last resort. It is a common belief that many getting justice in the court of law takes a very long time, and as an arduous process that extends over many hearings and date. As a result, the justice is often delayed. As a representative of the Indian judiciary, what would you like to say to people who nurture these beliefs?
Sometimes it's true, but it's not because of judges. Sometimes lawyer ask for adjournment, strike over burden of cases. But on the other hand, there are many examples when we get decision on time. So I just want to say that it's just not because of the part of the judge that justice is delayed, but it's part of the other things also, that because of police, because of advocates, and other thing also. But we as a judge, I assure you that we always try to give judgment as soon as possible, so that justice never get delayed.
Okay, sir. So you still believe that Indian judiciary is a well-oiled mechanism that is functioning in India without any kind of, loopholes in them?
No, there are loophole in everything. I don't say that there is no loophole. There are loophole in everything, because as we all know that when you will if you study law, then you will also get to know that there are many loopholes. Itself in law, there are many loopholes. So how people get acquitted, how people don't get conviction rate is so low. So there are many loopholes, but it's just that it's the part of the government who can correct it out, not the part of the judiciary. Because the law which are made by government, law which are made by the parliament, they can only try to sort it out, that loopholes.
Okay, sir, I agree. Loopholes are there in every kind of system you see,
Yeah.
but it's our duty to deal with it and fix
Yeah.
them. So, sir, we know that there are many changes in the Indian legal system that has happened over the years. So, can you tell us about any major or any significant one?
Sorry?
So, there has been many changes in the Indian legal system past year. So, could you tell us about any significant change?
Yeah, there are many significant changes. Before, the infrastructure of the judiciary was not so good, but now it's getting very good, very better. I should say, facilities which are given to judges are far better than the IAS and IPS officers, and number of judges have been increased from on a daily basis, because crime rate has been increased. Just because the crime rate goes up, so number of judges are also getting increased, and these are the things.
Okay, sir. So, the pandemic situations for the past 2 years, in your opinion, how has it impacted the judicial system?
A lot, because litigants are not coming due to COVID, and due to which we are not able to deliver judgment on time, and court got closed for the long period of time. So, but still, we have done during last 2 years. Most of the time, we have just done only urgent work, that is bail, remand, and vehicle release. Not much.
Like if you see in the past 2 years, technology have also played a very great role. So I want to ask that how has technology aided the legal field? As has it been easy to adapt changes, especially in the rural or semi-urban areas?
Yeah, because we have adopted virtual hearing since last year because of COVID pandemic, the situation, because as litigants and advocates are not allowed to enter the courtrooms. So we have adopted that virtual hearings. Now we hear the on a only urgent cases and other cases also. We used to hear on a virtual basis, and for the semi-rural and rural areas, Lok Adalat has been Lok Adalat we used to prepare for the Lok Adalat.
And so I guess what kind of area is Unnao since you live in? Is it a rural or a semi-urban area?
It's a semi-urban area.
Okay. And I guess technology is also given a huge headache to the Indian judicial system. If we talk about the new genre of crime, cyber crime is also come into
Yeah,
existence.
so, yeah, it's true because since last, I think 5 to 6 years, cybercrime has been increased very much.
Okay. So, so you have attained great heights at a very young age, and DPS Indirapuram is proud of your achievements. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
uh, I just it was my dream that I should come to DPS Indirapuram after becoming a judge, but due to pandemic, it was not so often that I can come there. But I want that my kids also start their schooling from DPS Indirapuram as well, because as DPS Indirapuram is proud on my that I'm also proud on DPS Indirapuram.
Thanks a lot, sir. And what advice would you like to give to the students who are interested, and in general to the students, the youth of the nation? What advice would you like to give to them regarding their future?
Uh, just work hard, because there is no other option. There is no other way for work hard. I just want to say that to become a judge, या आप किसी भी फील्ड में आप जाना चाहो, आप लाइफ की किसी भी फील्ड में जाना चाहो, वर्किंग हार्ड इज मस्ट. आपको फोकस होना है अपने, क्या कहते हैं, अपनी लाइफ में अपने गोल के प्रति. One catch has been given by my principal Meeta Rai ma'am, that fix your goal and hit the goal. So I just want to deliver it that to you also and to all the other viewers also, that fix your goal and hit the goal.
Okay, sir. So since we know that our viewers are also asking questions in the chat section, so I have some questions now from our
Yeah,
viewers.
sure.
So the first question is from Tanmay. He's asking that the courtroom we see in Bollywood is surely different than the actual. But
Yeah.
to the conversation part too, we just want to know. It's personally my question also.
Yeah, conversation part and that they depict is not the same as well, but the conversation is very formal one, because in Bollywood we used to see that they say anything to judge, and they both the lawyers fight in Bollywood movies, but it's not happen in.
So it is actually very formal and very drastically different.
Yeah, very formal and very drastically different from the Bollywood movies that you see.
Okay, so one more question. Manish is asking, do you watch movies, and what kind of movies? What is your favorite genre of movie that you watch?
Yes, I watch movies that I have said on the weekdays, and I used to watch any type of movie which I love to see, and but especially I love action movies.
Oh, I personally watch any kind of movie, especially comedy. Comedy is nice, light-hearted. And so one more question. Sneha is asking, do people get along with each other in your profession, or there is tough competition?
No, there is not tough. There is no tough competition. Once you selected in PCSJ, once you selected in a judicial system, you allotted a rank. So you get that. There is a difference between a private job and a government job. In a private job, how the work you do, you get the promotion. But in government job, once you have allotted the rank, you will go through it only. There is no option to jump in and go forward.
Okay, sir. So I guess there is no such hectic schedule that you have to follow when
No,
it comes to.
very comfortable, and 10 to 5. Yeah, sometimes we get few type of cases which are very tough, but yeah, it's true.
So I guess that is the only questions we have. And thank you for sparing time to answer all our questions very patiently.
Thank you
and
so
it was
much.
really very enriching and motivating. I'm sure all our viewers were enwrapped and many take homes today. On behalf of the alma mater, I, Lakshya Singh, thank you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.